Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Cheryl Spencer. Welcome to the candlelighting ceremony for the graduating class of Fall 2018. The graduates are about to enter the theater. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of Fall 2018. At this time, I ask the audience to please stand for our national anthem and remain standing for the invocation. The national anthem will be led by a former graduate of this program, Maria Virginia Villadiego Punto. Virginia.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Virginia. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Barbara Blake Campbell of the Nursing Department to give the invocation. Dr. Campbell.
Lord, grant us the grace to be givers of your love, given from a place that expects no returns, given from a heart that knows no boundaries, given from a heart that transcends all pain, given from a heart that seeks no gain. It is only when we give of ourselves, we give the gifts of the heart: love, kindness, joy, understanding, sympathy, tolerance, forgiveness, and grace. We give of ourselves when we give gifts of the mind: ideas, dreams, purposes, ideals, principles, plans, projects, poetry. When we give of ourselves, we give gifts of the spirit: prayer, vision, beauty, aspiration, peace, and faith. We give of ourselves when we give words, the gift of words of encouragement, inspiration, guidance, and hope. It is when we give from the heart, the spirit, and the mind that we honor the divine.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. Audience, please be seated. Graduates, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would just like to take a moment and ask anyone in the audience who's a nurse, please stand so these graduates can recognize you. Faculty, other nurses, I see some back there. Thank you. Goals. And if there are anybody who have served in our amazing military, veterans, current, past, could you please stand so we can acknowledge you and thank you? Yes. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Timothy Lynch to give the President's address. Dr. Lynch.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Fall Candle Lighting Ceremony, where we acknowledge the incredible accomplishments of you, our nursing graduates. I'm extremely proud, as are your family, friends, and especially your outstanding faculty, to share this momentous day in your life. The wonderful diversity that I see in this graduating class defines the diversity of the college itself. And diversity in the nursing field, in particular, is essential because communication with patients is enhanced when healthcare providers, such as yourselves, bridge the divide between the culture of medicine and the beliefs and principles that make up your patient's value system. As graduates, you can look back on a rewarding journey through the nursing program, the most competitive program that Queensborough has to offer. Each year, hundreds of students aspire to be in our nursing program, yet fewer than half make it to the clinical sequence. 53 of you, out of those hundreds of students, have successfully completed the degree program. As you know, this year, Governor Cuomo signed into law the BSN in 10, a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing in 10 years. Queensborough is ahead of many colleges in its commitment to encourage graduates to obtain a Bachelor's of Science degree through our dual joint programs with Hunter College, York College, and the CUNY School of Professional Studies. I encourage all of you to earn a bachelor's degree to better prepare yourselves for the expanding and evolving healthcare environment, which is increasing in complexity. I take deep pride in the dedication each of you has demonstrated, not only in your studies, but also in your pledge as future caregivers. The education provided by your faculty and the nursing curriculum at Queensborough College has given you a solid foundation of core values, values that will distinguish you as effective, empathetic healthcare practitioners. Again, congratulations and best wishes in your future academic and professional pursuits.
Thank you, Dr. Lynch. At this time, please welcome Professor Anne-Marie Menendez, Chairperson of the Nursing Department, to give the Chairperson's address. Professor Menendez.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, graduates. For many of you, this day has been a long time coming, but here you are, nurses, and ready to move on to the next step. Yesterday, I mentioned that this past week, I attended the wedding of my niece in Florida. She graduated from nursing school last year. I was introduced to two of her friends from nursing school, whom she now works with in cardiac care. They spoke openly of the challenges completing a nursing program and their subsequent first year in practice. These experiences, they went on to say, resulted in a very strong bond. They described themselves as life friends. Ironically, I also met another nurse at the wedding who had just retired after 40 years of practice. She had worked in different parts of the country and in various capacities as a surgical nurse. Her last position was as a consultant to a large medical facility tasked to develop and implement an outpatient surgical program. When I asked her how her retirement was going, she stated that she has continued to be very busy. When speaking with elderly members of her community, she became dismayed learning that they did not have an understanding of their medical conditions, they did not know what their medications were, and they did not have the knowledge or the confidence to ask the right questions of their healthcare providers. This nurse has become a healthcare advocate, accompanying community members on healthcare visits. As you begin your career in nursing, you may find the beginning days challenging and at times overwhelming. But each new day will bring opportunity to enhance your skills and foster confidence. Your patients will help you grow as a nurse and a person, and you will become more insightful. Your nursing colleagues will support you, and some will become your closest friends, maybe even life friends. As I told my niece and her friends, they have a long, brilliant career ahead of them. I wish you the same success and a long, fulfilling career in the nursing profession. Congratulations and best wishes. You guys.
Thank you, Professor Menendez. The graduating class has selected Professor Philip Nealon to deliver the congratulatory address. Professor Nealon.
President Lynch, Dr. Palmer, Professor Melendez, faculty and staff, parents, friends, and family, and above all, and most importantly, the graduating class of the Nursing Department Fall 2018. I congratulate each of you on your great accomplishments, an undertaking that is by far no easy task, and one in which you should be extremely proud. Today marks a significant moment in your lives, and one that you will never forget, and one that you will recall many times. You are one step closer to making your dream a reality, and one day closer to joining one of the greatest professions. I know I speak in the name of every person here when I say congratulations to each and every one of you. The poet T.S. Eliot once wrote, "In my end is my beginning." Today we celebrate with mixed emotions the ending of your time here at Queensborough Community College. You have successfully completed all the requirements set forth by the college, the nursing department, and the state, which now affords you the opportunity to take your licensing exam. I am sure that you will celebrate the end of sleepless nights, missed family obligations, early morning classes, and even earlier clinical rotations, the endless hours of studying, test anxiety, and waiting for your exam results. No one here would argue against the fact that a nursing degree is a difficult one with many challenges, long hours and days. The nursing degree here at Queensborough Community College is a challenging one, but the high percentage of pass rates in the state boards demonstrates a strong program, as soon you will be counted amongst the graduates of this program. You should be very proud of yourselves and what you have accomplished and in what you are prepared to do and what you will accomplish. You did it, and you did it well. So I ask you, how did you do it? How did you get to this day? You did it with extremely hard work and much dedication. You did it with the support of your family and friends who are present here and those that are not present here. You did it because of your accomplishment to be a nurse. You did it because you care for people and in some small way want to make the world a better place. You did it because you realized whether or not you did it because of the support and the care of the nursing faculty and staff who believed in you and, believe it or not, were your greatest supporters. You had educators who cared about you, yes, even at times challenged you, but did so with the simple reason of wanting you to be successful and to be the best nurse you could possibly be. Most importantly, I believe that you did it because somewhere deep in your heart, whether it be in the right atrium or the right ventricle, you knew it was a path you wanted to take, and here you are at the end, your candlelighting ceremony. As T.S. Eliot once wrote, "In my end is my beginning, and today marks the beginnings of many things for you." Soon you will have the great opportunity to be a part of the nursing profession. You will enter into people's lives at the most vulnerable times, and they will need you to be their advocates, their supporters, and their educators. They may not address you by your first name, but they certainly will address you by nurse, which is a term that means to nourish. You will nourish people's minds, their souls, and their bodies. And at times you may be their only visitor, the only one to ask how they're feeling, the only one to say goodbye at the end of the day. It is a special, special gift to enter into someone's life at the most difficult times. But even more of a gift, it allows you to enter into their lives and see them for who they are. Over time, your definition of what it means to be a nurse will change. But it's okay, because you as an individual will grow and change, just as you change and grow during your time here. There will be challenges, obstacles, and barriers that you will endure, but you will deal with them successfully because of the foundation you received here at Queensborough. Face the challenges, move the obstacles, overcome the barriers, as I know you can and I know you will. However, I must tell you, there is much more to be learned from even better teachers than you had here. Who are these teachers? Who are these teachers that you've yet to meet? They are your patients, who will inevitably teach you of what and how it means to be a nurse. Listen to them, learn from them, care for them, nourish them, and even more love them, for they will love you, that I can promise. There's a story told, and everyone loves stories. I have shared this with students in my clinical rotation, but it bears repeating because I think it expresses much of what nursing is. It is a story of a 78-year-old woman who was admitted to a rehabilitation center after suffering a stroke. She had right-sided weakness and was able to speak, but stood when she was spoken to. After many months, she greatly improved both physically and in her ability to speak, and now is preparing to be discharged. On the last day of the center, she told the nurses more about her life, where she grew up, when she got married and raising her children, and how she loved to bake for her grandchildren. She reminded the nurses that underneath the disease and disabilities, she was a person who laughed, who cried, who loved, and was loved. But she went on to tell the nurses about her experiences in the center, and she would describe in great detail how someone would bring her fresh water in the morning, place it on her tray, and never offered her a sip of water. She told them many times the staff would come into her room and never say hello, never open the blinds to see the daylight or the television to pass her day. She told them that every day she received cards from her families and friends, but no one opened them to read to them. She said, "I was treated like an object, but I wasn't. I wanted to tell them that I too was a mother, a grandmother, an aunt, and a friend. I wanted them to understand that I was someone who loved deeply and was loved in return." To you, new nurses, and that is what you are called now, remember that under the diseases, the physical changes, the disabilities, and even the ugliness of sickness, there is a person, a human being, who needs care, who needs you to understand who they are and to see beyond what is there and to find the person beneath it all. In my end is my beginning. Your time here is ending. I challenge you to take what you've learned here and be the best nurse you can be. Each of you is capable of the call of nursing. Each of you is called to nourish another human being. Follow your call, follow your dream, follow your heart, and you will never be lost. To each of you and every one, I say congratulations. Be so ever proud of yourselves, and I wish you all the best in the world.
Thank you, Professor Nealon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for, the candle lighting ceremony. I just want to instruct you, remind those who know, that the lights in the auditorium will dim. I also ask you to keep your applause till the end. I know you've waited a very, very long time. This is also your accomplishment, but we'd like to have everybody hear their names. Believe me, you'll have lots of time to celebrate and cheer at the end, okay? The candlelighters will be Miss Audrey Maroney, coordinator of our nursing lab, and Miss Barbara Caravanos, director of the Nursing Resource Center. Assisting me will be Jamila Abdul-Rahim. Jamila is the incoming president of the SNA. Thank you, Jamila. This is good. This is good. Thank you. Hamed Hosseinian. Okuchuku Innocent Udemba. Moses Kang. Rajendra Lalchan. Stephen Sabarin. Martin Dookie. Ariel Joshua Korn. Ashley Tamara Gill. Evelyn Alejandra Lopez. Brandon Anthony Jones. Jeff Delmas. Renee Robert St. Hilaire. Jean Yun Zheng Lee. Dylan Healy. Daniel George. Danny Rocky Dominguez. UC. Megan Taylor Irizarry. Giovanni Garriere. Monica Campanelli. Erica Singh. Sarah Baig. Johua Chen. Soo-hyun Hong. Yasmin Sheikh. Kelsey Hazel. Oksana Zielinski. Astrid Valencia Hernandez. Merave Kahu. Mariam Afia Sawiba. Shaunalee Williams. Cassandra June Lombardi. Jing Lu. Leah Pu Tulal. Isabella Florchek. Muna Zahid. Katie Kim. Hina Irfan. Sahar Heather Rahman. Marianne Otisi. Jay Young. Sharon Eve Somek. Rachel Yin. Giselle Segara. Laura Estefania Conforme Morales. Laura Alicia Cepeda. Stephanie Sharma. Nicole Stephanie Norton. Diego Vasquez. Cassandra Lee. Veronica Sarujban. Antonio Albert. Audience, you are great. Let them hear it. Okay. Good things come to those who wait. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I present to you the graduating class of Fall 2018. The Nurses Pledge will be led by members of the outgoing Student Nurses Association, Cassandra Lee, Veronica Sarujban, and Antonia Albert.
Go Cavs!
I will strive with all my being, and with the help of God, to become an open, honest, kind, and diversified individual. In doing so, I will attain the qualities essential in the practice of nursing. For it is only after realizing one's self-worth we are able to promote that of others. Deliverance of high-quality health care is of essential importance. But let us also reach beyond the treatment or diagnosis. And remember that entrusted to my care is a human being, with all the loves, hates, fears, and idiosyncrasies that are an integral part of the human species. Let me not grow too comfortable in my knowledge, but actively seek out new information or continuance of my education. Being a nurse requires continuous growth. I dedicate myself to this cause and my life to the profession of nursing.
Graduates, you may extinguish your candles. Graduates, please be seated. At this time, Diego Vasquez, the outgoing president of the Student Nurses Association, will deliver the farewell address.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the graduating class of Fall 2018 and the Student Nursing Association, I would like to welcome President Timothy Lynch, Dr. Palmer, Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Keefe, and our program chairperson, Ann Menendez, faculty, family, and friends. Today we gather to celebrate this great accomplishment. This candle lighting and pinning ceremony, which signifies the completion of our nursing program and the commencement of our nursing careers. I'd like to thank all of our professors and faculty who, through their dedication for teaching and passion for nursing, have provided us with a perfect learning experience in both our clinical settings and lectures. We thank you for all the support you have given us throughout our schooling and the continuous support you have offered beyond Queensborough Community College. You have demonstrated what patient-centered care and advocacy means. You have instilled in us the importance for evidence-based practice and continuing education. Most importantly, I'd like to acknowledge that we felt your love and empathy as we went from one exam to the next and throughout our journey at Queensborough Community College. To the students, we each have different stories and motives for why we chose to enroll in this program. But we all have shared the same goal, which was to get through this mini boot camp, as Professor Menendez calls it, to become the best we can be and continuously better ourselves in order to provide optimal care to our future patients. We all want to make a difference in people's lives, and there is no better career to do so than the nursing field. I'd like to state that after spending 4 semesters together, over 20 hours a week, seeing each other 4 to 5 days a week, spending much time helping each other, motivating and pushing each other, we have truly become a second family. I will forever remember this journey we have taken together. Today we stand here not to say goodbye, but to embrace this moment of victory as we enter into the nursing community. You see, initially, this road seemed dreadful, perhaps even impossible, but through many sacrifices, hard work, and perseverance, we may all agree that we can now skiti. That is, to move on to what's next to come. We came up with our own lingo during NU 204 during the summer. My brothers and sisters, I congratulate you on achieving this milestone. To the SNA officers, we all decided to go for a role in this association, anticipating crazy amounts of additional work. And it was. But together, we made the impossible achievable. It has been a privilege working with you and learning from you. You are all selfless and caring individuals who are truly meant to care for others. Together, we made our small office a second home, one which many people came to for help and guidance. And I'd like to thank you for all the work you have put in, not just for the graduating class of fall 2018, but for all the work and dedication you put into helping others and those who are preceding us. To our families, friends, and mentors, there aren't any words to express our gratitude. You too belong up here with us. You have provided us comfort, compassion, motivation, and support. You have endured our constant nursing talk, witnessed secondhand our never-ending lectures and content, pretended to be our patients while we practice our assessment skills, put up with our never-ending nursing blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that's how it sounded like to many of you. I would also like to thank those who are no longer with us or may not be able to witness this achievement, for they too played a role in our success. We promise to provide the care and attention we would expect of other health professionals to uphold. To my daughters, Ileana and Alessandra, and any other children whose parents and families stand on stage today, let this be a lesson that you too can do anything you set your minds to. Through hard work and dedication, there is no task you cannot complete and no goal you won't achieve. Thank you for being our #1 supporters. We love you.
Thank you, Diego. I would just like to take a few moments to thank some people who have helped this production. The SNA advisors, our theater and stage personnel who are behind, the members of QPAC, and of course our photographers and videographers. This will be videotaped, so you'll get to see it at the end. And also our student volunteers. Thank you very much. The graduates have selected the following faculty for the pinning section of this program: Professor Susan Reichart, Professor Dolores Weber, Professor Janice Malloy, and Professor Lena Divana. We have something a little special added to the program. Jung Lu of the graduating class will now play a musical tribute to her class. Jung? Jung. Jing, 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 jing. Graduates, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more, Jing. She's been on the piano. Thank you, Jing. Ladies and gentlemen, we've now come to the end of our program. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful year. Happy New Year. Have a good day.